Hello and welcome to Talk the Talk with Melody. My name is Melody, and in this YouTube channel, we talk about life, ministry, and everything in between.
I'm Diana. Yeah, welcome to Mel's Melodies YouTube channel. Leo ni mimi na interview.
I'm on the hot seat.
Hi Melody.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
My name is Cynthia Melody Adhiambo. Yeah, Cynthia Adhiambo is the one you'll see on the ID or in M-Pesa when you send me money. Melody, you won't see it, but that's my name also. Yeah.
Okay. So where do you come from? Adhiambo?
Yeah, Adhiambo comes from Eldoret, apparently. Yeah, most people expect me to say Kisumu, but this is why. So my parents moved from Kisumu a long time ago. So I've been raised in Eldoret. That's where I've gone to primary school. That's where I've gone to high school. And later now I went to university at a different place. But yeah, I'm raised in Eldoret. So that's where I consider home, because that's where my parents have been living for the past 20 plus years, my age. Yes, but Ushago is Kisumu. You're absolutely right. My parents are Luo, so I'm Luo.
Okay. Apart from podcasts, well, I would love to know what do you have, like what do you do? Your hobbies, skills?
Yeah, tuanze na hobbies. I love talking.
I
love conversations. I just love conversations. I love talking to people. I love listening to people, and I just love good vibes, manze. I just love good fun, good music. But one of my hobbies is a weird one. I love walking alone on lonely paths. Yeah, I just love walking and admiring trees, admiring the sky, the sunset. Yeah, I just love. Those are the things I love.
Those are hobbies.
Talents. I know you want me to say.
You have a talent.
Okay, I can try and make some good, joyful noises.
Oh, that's a
I can try and sing. Yeah, apparently I have also a YouTube channel for music. It's called Cynthia Melody. I've only done a couple of songs there. Yes, but I love singing and I love playing the guitar as well. That's one thing I'm learning still. It's a skill I'm learning. Yeah, but talent, I think I can sing and then I can hold a conversation. I can talk. Yeah, effortlessly.
Let's talk of skills. Maybe something you can do with your hands, or something.
Okay, I used to think I can draw. Hey, but guys, I can only draw my future. Yeah, I think my brother is the one now who can draw perfectly. I used to think I could draw. I think my I don't know, for some reason, because I loved journaling, I thought I could put them in paintings. Yeah, it's also one side of me that I would really love to explore. But in terms of what I can actually do with my skills, I was actually thinking about this yesterday when I had a friend of mine McKenna told me that she has friends who can bake, who can be neat, and I was like, hey, what can I do with my hands? I think the only thing I can do with my hands is editing. Editing and social media.
That's what you learned.
Yeah, that's what I also learned.
Yeah.
It's a skill I learned. So yeah, I think with my hands so far, but I can also cook. I cannot. Okay, it can be eaten. It can't be poisoned.
Yes.
Yeah, but I love cooking. Yeah, so I enjoy cooking good food.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, another question is, well, being in the field of media, where did your passion came from?
In high school, I used to be the chairperson for journalism club when I was the CU first. first form 1. Yeah, I used to do those. And then I think I used to love public speaking so much. So even in dramas, people would go for CG acting in, though I acted at some point, but I really loved public speaking. I would get awards for the best public speaker. Yeah. So naturally I thought, hey, I'm gifted in this area. And then when I was in like form 2, and then our deputy principal, alikuwa anaitwa Mr. Kasi those days. So Mr. Kasi came and told me, can you give us a speech? We had a guest who had come, and then he had done like I don't know what the guest was doing. He was, I think, encouraging us. Zile, what do we call it? Motivational something. But I think this was like a big person. And so Mr. Kasi came to me in the audience, and those days only the school president would do such things. So I was just informed too, I think, hata sijafikiria if I would be the school leader or something. But he came to me and told me, could you actually give us a speech? An impromptu speech to appreciate our guest. And I did it, and people were like, yo, this girl could actually do something. So I think that's when I knew, this is my skill. I think I'm good at this. And so now as I'm proceeding, I'm getting the ideas. We're now thinking at form 2, you're choosing subjects, and I'm thinking, I'm quite so good with languages. But I was almost confused because I wanted to do pharmacy because I was so good in chemistry, apparently, than mathematics. My chem teacher then Mr. Yusuf would encourage me. He would be like, Amma, you can do something with nursing, something with whatever. Though my mom really wanted me to be a nurse because she loved it at their uniform. But me, I would look so good in a uniform. I was like,
was not into
the not
uniform.
Me. Yeah, so I was thinking, hey, which career can I actually do? And for some reason, I thought journalism. I enjoyed writing, school magazines. I enjoyed speaking. I just enjoyed anything public. So I was like, I could be the next Kanzedena or those guys that I used to watch back then, Betty Chalo or stuff. So I was like, I think I'm photogenic. I think I can do this on a TV station. I can host a TV show. So that was when I decided, let me get better in languages, and of course do some bit of work in mathematics. Chem was sure bet. Physics was, for some reason, I used to be like the best in physics. So I don't know, those technical subjects almost made me confused about my journalism. But because people loved how I spoke, I would even write speeches for people. I remember someone once told me, hey, I need to make a speech somewhere, like the people in the student council, because I serve in the student council in high school. They're like, could you write me a speech? So I enjoyed doing that effortlessly. They would bring me the speeches, and then I'm like editing. Chelsea, I wrote your speech. Yes, and it was so good when you hear her speak, and you uko hapo tu unajua, hii speech ni mimi edit. I used to enjoy that. I used to enjoy good writing, and that's when I knew I'm gonna be a journalist.
So that drew you to
journalism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which school did you go?
Hi guys. I wanted to go to multimedia. Like, I wanted to be a journalist mara hiyo. So I remember when we were choosing schools, me and my friends, we were doing together. So they told me, which school? So we are looking, which schools can we do mass communication and really get good jobs? Hiyo time kazi ilikuwa ni tusome tupate jobs. So I applied multimedia, Daystar. I applied what else? This school, Kenya Institute of Mass, hizo shule za communication. And then last option, something just told me, like Kipia, sounds a good name. Sounds like a good name. Yeah. And then talking to a friend about like Kipia, akaniambia, they're Masais, they're what? So you see, my idea of Masais, I love their attire, I love their jewelry. So I was like, guy, you mean there are so many Masais in Laikipia? Fourth option. Guess where they called me? Laikipia.
Who is God?
And I was like, Gaki Mungu wewe. Ukapita tu multimedia, Daystar, and here. But anyway, so I choose I went to Laikipia. Thank God. Yeah, it's how the lecturers were really encouraging. I told them up front, I'm doing broadcast. Yeah, because there was a point we had to specialize, and he like, are you going to print or are you going to be on the front? And I remember my lecturer, Mr. Manoa, used to say, Ati, if you just have a bad face, you might consider working behind the scene. So he made me feel, hii kazi ya behind the scenes is just for people who are not lovely. So he used to tell us, if you have a bad voice, you know very well you're not photogenic, please do editing, print media. But though I loved writing. Yeah, me, I loved writing, and even what I'm doing now is behind the scenes. Maybe I'm just on the scene because of my channel, but really most of the work I do is
I've heard you say you really wanted, after school, you really wanted to get job.
Yeah,
get a job. Like you are reading to get a job. So what are you doing right now? Yeah, I want to hear from you. Or is it too personal?
Anyway, this is hot seat. So I thought the only, okay, you see, we have been told, the society has kept on telling us that education is the key to success.
Yep.
So most of us carried that from what our teachers used to say. It's only when you read you get a job.
Yeah, sure.
Which I think have changed now, because some people are having good jobs and they didn't actually go to school for them, or people are actually doing things they didn't actually study. So I feel like that has been overruled at some point. But that used to carry me big time. I used to know, hey, without me kusoma, I'm done. Like without me going to school, learning, I don't think I'm gonna make it out alive. But now after finishing from 4th year, that's when we are thinking about jobs and stuff. Me, I wasn't thinking about job. Me, I was thinking of, I wanted to volunteer. Yeah, I think I had a very rough 4 years of campo. It was so brutal. I was chasing first class honors, so I felt like I'd missed so much things in life. And then I decided, you know what? Let me just get a year to volunteer, to breathe. I just wanted to relax. I was even thinking of going for a vacation in like coast. We had already started planning it with my friends Kinafei. We had been thinking, how much do we need in Mombasa? Like we were like, after shule, let's go to Mombasa and just chill, because we know how. They knew how nilikuwa nimejituma in studies and stuff like
sorry.
But anyway, I mean, it's more enjoyable now that I'm done with school. So so I think that's what I wanted. I wanted to volunteer. I didn't know where, and I also wanted the Diani, the vacation, all at the same time. So I told God, hey, me, I want to volunteer for 1 year. At that moment, I just wanted to give God 1 year. I wanted like kama sadaka, you know. Shukurani kwa kunilinda for 4 years. Manze, I've survived, no heartbreak, like nothing. I've done well. I wanted to give God shukurani zangu, but I just didn't know where. So I told I used to be some leader in CU, like in some dockets somewhere. So I talked to my CMF, which is Campus Ministry Facilitator, Mr. Abel, who talked to me about iServe Africa. He told me they have like a program for graduates that goes for 1 year. We are able to volunteer in ministry, and I was like, that's exactly what I've been looking for. Hata ikuchukua siku mbili, he had already connected me to iServe guys. They already came for me. I was like, these guys are serious. Nice. God is really serious with this thing. And hallelujah, praise the Lord, my first placement. So what iServe does, they have programs for young people to train them in ministry and in servant leadership, and above all, gospel. So of course I wanted to know more about God, and also wanted to serve. So iServe gave that to me with this program called Graduate Apprenticeship Program, which I still am in. So in the graduate program, you come for training, you get to learn about the gospel, because I'm telling you, in the interview when they asked me what the gospel was, whatever I answered. But now now I've come to learn through the Bible what the Bible is all about, who the Bible is talking about, why should I even read it, what is it for. Like, I've really grown spiritually, and I've even gotten opportunities to serve. And I don't know, God is just so good that in my first role, because normally me, I wanted to go to church, I wanted to give back, it sounds like giving back. Going to a children's home, it sounds like giving back. So that's what I wanted to do by then. So when they told me, you're going to Watamu, I was like, you guys and God, were you conversing? Because I had been planning a vacation after 4th year. So they took me to Watamu, but I wasn't excited at first, because I was like, it could be Watamu, but ni uko mashinani. So I wasn't excited until I went there, and they told me, actually the beach is 5 seconds walk from here. And I was like, you mean for 360 days I'm going to be looking at that beach? And I was just like, God is amazing. And they gave me an opportunity to serve in my career. Mind you, me sikuwa na experience. So that was the first experience I had, making all the mistakes, Yeah, and that's what I'm still stuck with ISAV. This is my second year with ISAV. So after my first year in Watamu, I still felt like I could continue serving and continue learning and growing in the gospel, because I felt now God has made me done journalism, really, but because He wanted it. He wanted to use it. So I'm using it for God. Yeah, and I enjoy it so much.
I think you're heading there.
Yeah.
You're trying to elaborate, like, how is that media journey going, and how do you get to practice it? Sorry.
Yeah, so I think I'm practicing the background, the behind the scenes more, because I in my first role I was doing social media and photography. Yeah, but I
Like social media,
like postings, like putting their stories out about conservation. They're really doing amazing job. Arocha Kenya, I'll just plug them down here to check their YouTube and their socials. They really did a lot into showing me how to communicate ideas, to put them into practice, exactly what my lecturers were teaching me. And it was a good experience learning how to put stories out there. I had opportunities to attend events with them to learn and to be just, to be informed about project management and why people to do very implementable things in conservation and even in different areas of life. I learned a lot, and now that I'm in ISAV, still doing quite upfront a little bit of social media, but now I have another role added, which is resource mobilization, which has been also an opportunity for me to share ideas on how can we raise money for the organization. I didn't know anything about money, about money raising in an organization, but I think it has opened my scope of learning in terms of you need to learn this, you need to do this. Yeah, and in both of my two roles, I've learned how to buy in the vision of the organization. Like, I own it. I'm an Arosha, this is what we do. At Arosha, this is what we do. Now that I'm in ISAV, at ISAV, this is what we do. So I just love how I've gotten to own people's visions. Yeah, I think it's a blessing. It's a huge blessing to be part of it. Yeah.
So cool. I like your journey.
Thank you.
Now that media, you love media.
I do.
Right? What else can you do apart from? Have you ever thought of maybe doing something else?
Yeah, what is I'm actually
something different.
Something different from media. Something different from media. I don't want to say I ran this thing, but yeah, I almost ran it. Yeah,
no, maybe not now.
Not now, but in future.
Have you ever thought of something?
Yeah, because I'm actually even thinking about something. I do something related to menstrual health awareness and girls mentorship. Yeah, I've done it. I do it low key sometimes very off key. Yeah, but it's something that I'm taking time to also introspect and pull resources together. But I'm thinking of one day establishing a foundation that allows girls to come learn about their sexual reproductive health, spiritual growth, and I love talking to young girls, especially the ones in primary schools, telling them about menstrual health, hygiene, and even things to do with career, why they ought to work better at grades. I just love pouring into young girls, and these trainings that I'm getting at ISAV are really helping me to also introspect and see that into panning out well, because I'm now able to see actually the most important thing these girls need to hear is about Jesus, something about Jesus that will even help them to appreciate how they're created and not to see menstrual health or menstruation as something that is off God's design, but to really appreciate. We all know when it comes to menstrual health, there's that time you just feel like, God, why this one? Why this only biological? Why us? Why could you just make it another way? Why do you have to cramp? Yeah, like for some of us who cramp 2 days, yeah, it could be something really awful, and most girls don't really understand when they go through that, and they don't understand that it's so beautiful and it's something that God really put it in his design. So that's another thing that I'm doing aside from media. That one now it's very different. When you get me talking to girls, it's a whole different thing. But yeah, I have, melody. Yeah, it's called I Have a Voice Africa on Facebook. That's where I do post when we have events, so that people could support financially to help us reach girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will not dig deep into that.
Yes.
Well, another question is, do media too, and maybe I'm passionate about it, or maybe how can you tell someone out there who is passionate about media just like it?
Hey, I feel like if you're passionate, go for it. Just don't wait. Go start. Because I remember when I was in Campo and I used to feel the urge of, Aki, I want to start a YouTube channel. It took me 3 good years to want to say I kept saying, I want to start a YouTube channel. But your time I would look at myself, I don't have a smartphone. Yeah, I want to start a YouTube channel, Nico second year. Your time I look at myself, I don't even have a tripod. I want to start a YouTube channel, third year. I told myself if I kept saying I want, I will want till forever. So one day I just found someone who had a very good phone. Okay, thank you, Peter. That's my first video. It's just Ukotini 1 year ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, I was 30 then, yes. So I told Peter, you know what? Ebu leo ni shoot. And I was just having dusty feet. I'm from a class.
Oh no.
Yes, but I looked quite good. When I was younger, 2 years ago, I was quite I was good looking. So I told him, you know what? Uko na simu mzuri, I want you to shoot me an introduction message. Akaniambia introduction message ya nini? Telling people welcome to my channel. Because the time I just created the channel, didn't have a video, and I kept telling people I want to start a channel. And my mentor then, anaitwa Mr. Leto, he was the head of counseling board, because the reason why I started the channel was because I wanted to talk about things that people used to go through. I used to be a student counselor. People used to go through, and I felt like, when no one is talking about mental health, when no one is talking about depression, no one is talking about heartbreaks, why are these people surprised? You know, it's like people didn't have avenues where they could actually relate to these things. So someone would come to you with a heartbreak issue, and you're like, but I've just talked to 10 people who have this same problem. When what is happening, people are not sharing information. So that was the main idea why I wanted. It was not to talk about this, actually. These are just come as a form of introspection and how can we make this YouTube brand better and more impactful. Yeah, so I would tell somebody, please start. Mimi your time nilisimamisha picha and I told him.
Do they have to consider maybe same skills?
I think maybe you learn on the job. Me, I didn't know editing. Do you know that?
No, like not editing. Maybe talk of hobbies. Maybe.
Oh yeah, like consider hobbies. Consider hobbies, because now if you don't like talking, you won't do episodes. If you don't like media, like if you're doing something you're not passionate about, I think it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
So I think it starts from the level of, am I really passionate about this? Do I really want to do this? Is it in my blood?
Yeah.
You see, me, I would feel so uncomfortable when I know I can do a video. I'm watching other people and I'm like, I can do better content.
Yeah.
You know, I can talk about it in a godly way. Why is this person misleading us? I can do better. That's what I used to say. But now usually there are people who just sit down, criticize, but they can't do anything. So me, I was like that critique of, okay, this person is doing a good job, but can I do it better? Let me learn from them. So I think it starts with passion, because doing something you're not passionate about is very hectic.
It's really hard.
Yeah, but if you're passionate about it, please start. Me, I had to go to YouTube to learn how do I use this vidmate, because initially friends used to edit it for me. In the long run, I realized napea mtu video and editie, he takes a while, he edits it the way I don't want. I get angry. I'm like, why are you angry and you don't know how to edit? And I decided, you know what, let me just do it. I used to hire those guys with their phones. They used to, and sometimes in Maisha you have to learn on the job. So he would come with the phone, shoot me the video, kidogo namuitisha video, I lost it. I'm like, guy, na nimeka nikishoot. Yeah, so and then I realized, you know what, I have to save up for a good phone. I have to do this. I used to complain so much about I don't have. But right now I'm just like, use whatever you have. Use your phone, clean it, wipe it. Yeah, borrow a tripod, like start small. Because right now, what are we doing? We don't have a camera. That's my phone. That's my tripod. 2000. You know, that's my light for 50 bob. Like, do whatever you are doing. And by the way, if you are feeling convicted to give to our podcast, please surprise us with a camera this year. We will be grateful.
Okay. The last one, you're lucky.
Hallelujah. Jesus.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? We would really love to know.
In the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, it's a serious question, I think, that I'm still even figuring out myself at this age, because I haven't turned 25. I'm turning 25 this year. And I'm also having things that I had seen myself doing when I was 20. The things I had said, how do I see myself in the next 5 years? Now I've lived in that 5 years, and I'm like, first of all, I think in the next 5 years, I want to trust God more.
Okay.
Yeah, because many are the plans of man, but it is God who establishes them. So I really want to be in step with God. There's a line that says, I want to see your footmarks, and in them plant in mine. So really, this season of my life, I just want to see God's footsteps and plant mine in them and walk with him. But in terms of media, I'm also trusting the Lord so much that within that year, atakuwa in his goodness.
Yep.
If he would provide for me in terms of getting equipment and really doing a real podcast. You know, those podcast mics, like I have a vision for it. I have a vision for, you know, like this coach that we have in partnership with Eve Wamboy. You know, like I would have this beautiful coach and, you know, those beautiful microphones. Yes, but in terms of ministry, I'm also thinking of how can I use my channel to reach out people, and how can I do godly content? How could I share with people? It's my career, yes. It's journalism, I talk, yes.
Yeah.
But can we talk about things, God, things, spiritual growth, spiritual disciplines? Like how can someone walk out of my channel and feel like I've learned something from Melody's channel that I feel other people should hear. Not that I've seen something in Melody's channel and I feel like she should delete it. It is not good. No, I feel like people can come and be like, I want to learn, what is Melody talking about today? I want to hear. Yeah, so that's how I see myself. I see my life. I really want my life to speak of Jesus in everything. Hata kama ni podcasting, in my job. I want people to ask me, by the way, why do you love God so much? And I want people to have a sit down and just listen. Me sharing. I want to make Jesus attractive and desirable because he is. Yeah, so that's how I see myself in the next 5 years, and I can't wait to start. I'm so excited.
You're done.
Thank you.
And now, how can we support you?
How can you support me
those next 5 years?
First of all, pray for me. Yeah, as I've said, so many things that we plan in life, but we take it to the Lord in prayer. God is a good God. He's not malicious. He's a loving Father who loves to provide for his children, loves to be part of our plans. So you could take me to the Lord in prayer and be like, whatever Melody wants and her heart desires, may God really grant them abundantly. Another way, you have an equipment lying somewhere, you don't know God, you don't know ati venye unataka kuifanya itumike. It could be a camera, it could be a tripod, it could be a mic. Manze, send it to me. Yeah, or you have money lying somewhere, you're like, God, I have this 100,000. I don't know where to put it. I have this 50 shillings, I don't know where to put it. Because I'm in full-time ministry and we do raise support and we believe that God's work is supported by God's people, I can leave my description account on how you can actually support me and be part of this journey. Yes, above all, we can always share together. If you feel like there's something I've said and you feel like, hey, I think I can connect you to some place you can learn better, grow better, I'm open to learn. Yeah, you can send me books. I love reading so much. Yes, that's just other ways you can support me.
You didn't mention it in your hobbies. And
in your hobbies, you see hobby, you need discipline.
Okay.
It's a discipline. Yeah, it's a discipline that I'm embracing.
But maybe you could mention it.
Yeah, it's also part of my hobbies. But please, mkiwa na vitabu, good Christian books, please. Yes, I'm thinking of starting a book review episodes. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you
for interviewing me. This feels like 30 questions with Melody. Thank you so much, guys. Dee did a good job. I hope so. Leave it in the comment section. She can be your next interviewer. Bye.